Okay, here we are, Amelia. I'm live, so you need to be nice now.
Okay.
I'm Emily Taylor here. It is Monday, March 29th, so we've made it to the end of March. Thank heavens. Spring is almost here, right? I love doing this Monday kind of check-in and share with you what I've got going. Because I have a lot of stuff going on. And so for those of you who are not in one of my Collage Quilter, who are not in my Collage Quilter Academy Facebook group, I invite you to join that group. We just wrapped up a month-long quilt-along for the Pop Art Pups, and that quilt is over on my quilt machine, my long arm quilt machine. I'm going to try and finish that up definitely by Wednesday, because that's the end of March. So by next Monday, I'll show you that, but it's coming along. It looks darling. I'm really, really happy with it, which is unusual because I'm normally not super happy with my work, but I am happy with the Pop Art Pups. So you can catch all of that stuff that's going on in Collage Quilter Academy, and also in Collage Quilter Academy today, we'll be announcing the final winner. So for those who are participating, if they posted a photo of their Pop Art Pup in progress, and we draw it, then they win a prize. So we've given away books and fabric, and what else have we given away? Patterns, access to free webinar, all that stuff. So that's been going on. I also just finished up my first in-person, well, not my first in-person. I did my second in-person workshop up in Vernal, Utah, over the weekend, Thursday and Friday. That was a really, really fun event. It was Sew Simply Stitched. And I taught 2 classes up there. It was really fun. So hopefully I will be able to connect with some of the people that I was teaching up there. And now what I'm going to do is announce my April, what I've planned for April. So, let me explain that part of what I do is, I run this little business that's a creative business. I create quilt patterns and I sell them on my website, and I teach people how to do, hi Sherry, I teach people how to do collage quilts with my method. So I do that. I run my business. I create patterns and whatnot. And sometimes I get a little like, I'm an artist at heart, and I want to, sometimes I get kind of bogged down in the business. While I love, love, love the business and I love interacting with people, I don't spend the amount of time that I need to in just the creative work so that I can create new designs and push myself as an artist. And so April is the month that I am going to do that. So I am giving myself a 30-day creative challenge for the month of April. And what I'm doing is every day in April, except on Sundays, I will be working on a new type of project. Hi, Suzanne from Kentucky. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I am going to be working on. Let's see, where's my 30-day creative challenge? Here it is. Okay, so my 30-day creative challenge is going to include things like, let me move this over so I can see it on my desktop. So my 30-day creative challenge is going to be, I have, hi Amy from Oakdale, California. My 30-day challenge will include, I have objects of art that I want to create, things that I've been thinking about. So things like a teacup, a traditional quilt block, a simple abstract landscape, my house, exotic fruit, a collection of vases, flower bouquet, a portrait, a pattern, like a zebra stripe pattern, butterflies, Matisse painting, hydrangea, parakeet, skull, just kind of some, and I welcome your input. So anyway, I've got over 30 of those kind of ideas that I've been just kind of brainstorming and looking through Pinterest, seeing what I would like to create. And I'm going to take each day one of those objects, or one of those, I'll pull it out of the pot, and I will also pull out a new method. What did you call it, Amelia?
Technique?
Yeah, a new technique that I want to kind of teach myself or dive into, a new approach to making this. And so I'll pair an object with a technique, and that will be what I'm going to work on for the day. So some of the things that I have listed that I'm going to apply to my artwork are pixelated artwork, mosaic, impressionism, abstract, monochromatic, complementary color palette. I'm going to use my Inktense pencils, a maximalist approach, a minimalist approach. I'm going to focus on fussy cutting one day, realism one day, creating texture one day, working on a macro scale, a micro scale, a 4 color block composition, unexpected fabric selection, creating an outline with solid fabric, crazy piecing. So I'm going to work on all of this. Just kind of, I really, really, really want to push myself creatively as an artist, and I've kind of put my family on notice. I told my husband yesterday when we were out on a walk, because yes, I'm walking, my hip is doing great. I said, okay, Joe, I'm doing this creative challenge. I really need to spend time. I just need to immerse myself in creative stuff, and I'm going to be really busy this month. And he's like, well, what's new? Dad was just like, yeah. So,
okay.
Okay, so anyway, that is my challenge. Hi, everybody. It's so great to see. I love to see we've got people from Germany. Heike, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm so happy that you're here. And Susan from Chicago, and
Poland.
Anne from South Africa. I'm so glad that you found me too. Sylvia from Poland. My goodness, this is so fun to have people from all over the world. So yeah, I will. So the idea is I'm going to dive in, and I'm going to share with you everything that, a challenge. It's a challenge. I'm going to share everything I learn in this 30-day challenge. So I don't want to bombard you with live videos, but I think every live video on Monday, I will share with you what I've done the previous week. And I will also allow you to use my designs. We'll probably make some things for sale. I don't know where this is going to go, but I'll include you in it. I'll share with you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
Maybe it can be something that people will register for at the beginning, and then each day they get what you're working on sent to them or something.
So Amelia just said maybe if people are interested, you can register and I can send you a daily daily email or whatever.
Daily email that contains the pattern and the challenge that you're working on.
That's probably a good idea. So I don't want to bombard people with live videos or emails, but if you are interested in this challenge, why don't you email me, Emily@collagequilter.com, and just let me know that you would be interested in receiving the content that I'm going to be working on. And I don't know if we'll be able to get that out daily or weekly. I'm kind of not worrying about it so much. I'm just focusing on what I'm going to do, but I know that people will be interested, so we'll figure out how to make it available. Here's the one thing that I've learned. A lot of times as artists, we focus on quality, high quality artwork versus quantity. And I ran across an interesting article last week that talked about this 70-20-10 rule. And it talked about how actually for creative people, it's more important to produce more, to produce a higher quantity in order to create better work. And the logic is this, that 70% of that work will be mediocre, 20% of the work will be crappy, and 10% of that work will be brilliant. So, of course, that means the more I produce, the more likely I am to hit that 10%. So that's part of why I'm doing this. I feel like I need to produce more. I need to push myself. I need to innovate. I've just got to continue to grow as an artist. And so you will see lots of crap that I produce. And hopefully out of 30 things, we'll come up with 1 or 2, maybe 3 things that are exciting and interesting. Let's cross our fingers that out of this 30 days, I can get 3 things. If I can get 3 pieces of work that kind of lead me to something that's awesome, that I will be really satisfied with that. So let's see. So let me just get to some of these questions, okay? And hello, Tina from India. This is so crazy. I love it. And of course, Tammy from Texas. You guys, this is so fun. Thank you so much for hopping on and checking out what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of my list. And let me tell you, I just asked, I had some people, hi from Tennessee, bought my first project and it will be in the mail, can't wait. I'm an artist using, I assume that means paper. Okay, oh, pastels, cool, pastels. I've used pastels. So oil pastels and chalk pastels, I guess. Okay, Carrie from Henderson, Nevada, good to see you. Finger Lakes, New York. Hi, Nancy, great to see you. Okay, so Pat just asked, how can we follow you? So I guess the best way, I will share each week's progress in this live video, which is on Monday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So you'll have to figure out what time zone that is. I'm in Mountain Time Zone. Let's see. And then, so I would recommend if you want to check in with me on this, I will also probably be posting blog posts every single day, kind of recapping. So if you go to collagequilter.com, I have a blog there that I'll be posting this information to.
You can
Instagram I'll be on Instagram doing it. So my Instagram handle is collage.quilter. So I'll post stuff on Instagram.
Probably do a daily story on Instagram with what you've done.
Okay, we'll probably do a daily story on Instagram with what I've done. So you can find what I'm doing on Instagram. That's probably a really easy one, collage.quilter. And then let's see. Great to see you guys from Canada. Laurel from Canada, Cindy from Nebraska, Maggie from Twin Falls, Idaho. This is awesome. Okay. Someone just mentioned she just found the textile artist Tim Harding. Would love to know about his technique of reverse applique. Very, very unique. Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that. I will look into that because that's another thing that I've been doing. I've been buying books like crazy on Amazon from different artists, and they're all actually downstairs. I've been reading through them, and I'm expecting a few more this week. I do have, well, I'll show you some others that I bought. These are a couple of the new books that I've purchased. Of course, English paper piecing. I don't think I'll get to this. Maybe I will. Maybe I will, actually, you know. We'll see about that. If there's a way that I can incorporate English paper piecing. I'm passionately in love with the look of English paper piecing, this flossy tea cakes stuff. But I just haven't taken the time to dive into it. Here's another book that I just bought, Joyful Daily Stitching. I got this on, what's her name? I love, love, love her site. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, because I've played with embroidery on my projects before. So just like take a look at that cool stitching. So anyway, I'm excited to kind of dive in and read a lot and play a lot. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So there you go. Let me also get back to, if you want to connect with me, again, Emily@collagequilter.com is my email address. But you can also find me in the Collage Quilter Academy Facebook group. That's a Facebook group that focuses on my patterns and whatnot. And I am pretty present in that Facebook group. And I also invite you to join the Collage Quilter Facebook group, which I created. And that's kind of stuff that's happening. Let's see. Is there anything else that we need to talk about, Amelia? That's kind of the big thing.
Are you going to make those patterns?
Oh, yeah. This month?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know when you're planning on doing that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You've seen this before. I am not finished with it, but I'm getting close to finishing it. I've been buying more fabric to just kind of try it out. And I will make those patterns independently available in April, because April showers bring May flowers. So I will make the orchid and the geranium, which is kind of tipped over right there. I will make those available this month, and then we will do a quilt along and some kind of intensive tutorials about that in May. So that's that. It is 11:17. I don't want to take too much of your time. Suzanne just asked, pop art patterns available again soon. Yeah, we just made those available, Suzanne. So the pop art patterns is available again. Is Horse available again? And
I don't know.
Sublime.
I'll make it available right now.
We just had a big shipment from our patterns come in, so everything should be available. I think the only one that's out of stock right now is the Winter Cardinal kit.
Yeah, and June Bloom is out of stock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we've got the larger version of June Bloom in stock still.
No, they're out of stock.
Oh, completely out of stock.
Yeah.
Both. Okay, we will get more June Bloom in as well. Hi, Laurie from Texas. Okay. So if I see, let me just go through here and make sure I don't see any other questions. And Sylvie says, interesting, doesn't go well with my perfectionist mind, this 70-20-10 rule. But it does make a lot of sense that the more we produce, we're going to produce lots of bad stuff, but that's where we're going to find the golden nuggets of success. So I'm excited to do that. Pat said, hello from Colorado Springs. Love your videos. Where do I find your patterns? Pat, you can find my patterns on collagequilter.com. And collagequilter.com is also kind of the hub where my event schedule is. And I have two types of pattern. Well, I have downloadable patterns and I have physical patterns. My physical patterns come in, I create two types of patterns. I create a foundation panel pattern and a parchment pressing pattern. So those are two types of patterns. I don't know, should I go into that real quick? Yeah, I guess I will, just because we have some sitting right here. So my patterns are kind of unique because the easy peasy pattern that I create is a pattern like this that has the design printed in gray tones on a foundation panel. And then the idea is that you just apply fabric pieces directly to this and fuse them to this using the gray tone as your guide for fabric selection and fabric placement. And so this is the foundation type of panel. It's kind of like paint by numbers. It's really, really fun. And I find that it's really effective at helping people learn how to do a collage quilt. And then the other type of pattern that I offer is a parchment pressing pattern. This is a different technique where we build the pattern on parchment pressing or parchment paper. And that has the advantage of allowing you to create each piece independently. And then you can apply each piece to a foundation panel and create your own composition and your own size, the size that you want. So it can be either a large wall hanging size, or you can create just a pillow or something like that. So those are the two types of patterns that I fall under my physical patterns. And then my downloadable patterns, I do downloads so that people who are international customers can access the patterns. So you can find those again on my website, collagequilter.com. So Tia is just asking the Cardinal kit. Laura said, howdy, Ladybug. Good to see you from Texas. So the Cardinal kit, okay, here's one other really interesting thing. I have not wanted to be a fabric retailer. I just because it requires a lot of, management, inventory, purchasing of a lot of fabric. But we are realizing that people are having a hard time finding fabric for doing a collage quilt in the quantity that's required. Because for doing collage quilts, we only need about 1/8 of a yard, which is a 4.5-inch strip of fabric by the width of fabric. And a lot of people, their local quilt shops have either closed or they're not open due to the pandemic, or they've closed permanently, unfortunately. And most online shops, in fact, I haven't found a single online shop that sells fabric in that quantity. So we are going to reinvest in trying making that available, because I like to offer fabric in a bundle that's a color, and we offer 18 different pieces of fabric in that 1/8 of a yard, and that bundle will range from light to dark and also cool to warm colors in each color. So anyway, as far as the kit goes, we may offer the kit again, the Cardinal kit again, in the wintertime, but we will try and get reds available sometime. And I think our next kit will probably be purples and green, or our next kit will be with the geranium. Didn't we decide to do that?
Oh, yeah.
So I think we'll do that.
But our next fabric bundle color probably should be red.
Yeah, I think so the fabric bundle colors that we have right now are purple, pink, green, brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I think next we'll do red. So anyway, that's the deal. Okay, so yeah, Suzanne, most online shops will sell a 1/4 yard, but not 1/8. So anyway, that's a little bit about what we're gonna try and buy some more fabric and cut it and make it available for you guys to purchase in quantities that make sense for collage quilters. All right, so any other questions that you see? Check out Brimfield Awakening on Instagram for English paper piecing inspiration. I sure will, Tammy. Thank you.
What are charm packs?
Charm packs are pre-cuts, and charm packs are great, but I find that I don't use all of the pieces that are in a charm pack, because charm packs are normally one collection of fabric. And while the size is great, I really like to be very specific about curating my fabric. So that's why I haven't.
Someone just had asked if she wonders if charm packs would work for.
Yeah, charm packs are great. It just seems like charm packs are sold in a collection of fabric, and generally they don't include everything you're going to need for a collage quilt. Number one tip, for making collage quilts, you're going to need to expand your spectrum. Most of the fabric that we buy is in the mid-tone section, and what you need are cools and darks, and that's the number one thing I see most people struggling with, and so that's why I have been curating my own fabric bundles. So Kate just asked, or Tia, let's see, Kate asked, what needle do you use when meandering a picture? So Kate, I'm not super familiar with needles, but I did pull out the needles that I'm using on my Pop Art Pups quilt right now. It's a size 10, but it's got those 2 numbers, and I can't remember. Amelia, do you want to grab that thing that has all the long arm equipment and I'll pull out, yeah,
This.
and I'll take a look at the needles. Yes, Sylvie, charm packs are excellent to add to your stash for sure. Okay, so the needles I use are a 100 over 16. So let's see if you can see that. It's not getting focused. Come on. Oops. Anyway, I need to learn more about needles. Maybe that will be on my thing to do, my list to do. Oh, here's from Holland. Ninekey asked, can you make all of your patterns downloadable? Absolutely, I do try. So if there's a pattern that's not downloadable, give me a holler and I'll try and make that available for you.
Did you see Tia's question?
Tia asked, do you think purple one would be good for the horse? Yeah, the purple one. Where is our purple bundle? Do we have a look at that?
Here.
I don't have one here. Let me see. Well, yeah, the purple one would be good for the horse because what I've tried to do with each fabric bundle is to, go from light to dark in that color spectrum. But I also did incorporate.
Do you want me to grab it? The horse?
Yeah, grab the horse and we'll take a look at it. Just FYI, the horse is a very advanced pattern. Don't go for the horse unless you've done a collage quilt before or unless you have lots of confidence and lots of patience. The horse is available in stock again, but the thing that makes this such an interesting piece is that I think it has about 8 values in it. And those values are, so what we're doing when we make this is we're going from very, very light or very, very dark to the very, very light. And we've got all these transition areas. So you've got to be able to distinguish between, this value and this value and this value. Like there's 3 values that I see right there. And that's a challenge to go, like I said, 6 to 8 values. Figuring out those values makes for a difficult project, a fun project, but crazy hard. But man, I do love the way that horse turned out. So you can use any fabric, and the purple bundle would be fine. But I did incorporate some other colors in there, lots of grays and things that are dark. Amy asked, is the bear a downloadable pattern? No, unfortunately, those advanced patterns, the bear and the horse and adoration, are not downloadable. They are, they're complex patterns, and I don't.
They just wouldn't translate well as a download.
You won't. They won't.
Together 30 pages.
Yeah, they won't work together as a download. So I apologize. Those are the ones that are hard. Thanks, Roxanne. I love the horse too. Okay, let's see. I think that's good. Are there any other questions, Amelia, that you see?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, I really appreciate you joining me. It's really fun to see that we've got people from all over the world that are, it's really fun for me to know that there are people that are curious, that actually care about what I'm doing. And I am super excited to share with you next week how my first week goes with my 30-day challenge. And I wish you all a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and let's get creative together. And join me again next week, okay? Take care, all. I will see you.